Good evening, everyone. It's another Friday night, which good news means that we all survived the work week. Bad news, don't have Red Pill Rhino on to mess with our brain pans tonight. It happens, the guy needs to take a break from time to time. So tonight's just going to be a little just hang out, chill out, work on some hobby stuff, and just chit chat type stream. So I do have a couple of guests. We've got from the Great White North, Sean St. George, and possibly from another dimension. I'm not entirely sure where this guy is. We've got Wackle or Jackal.
Yeah.
Um,
The man of
how have you
thousand
guys'
words.
weeks? Or before I ask this question, I'm going to go ahead and copy the link, and I'm going to take the risk on going ahead and inviting folks to join in. Just
Oh, you're brave.
This
No.
may or may not turn out well.
Well, just remember, everyone, you're not going to be allowed to come on if you don't have a YouTube friendly screen name and YouTube friendly audio avatar at the minimum. And I have no problem about nuking my own stream if I need to. This is just a hangout and BS type thing. So, how have you guys' weeks been? Anything good, interesting, exciting, or not quite homicidal happen?
No, like I said to you earlier, the most exciting thing I did all week was go get some new pants. That's about it.
How about for you, Jackal? Anything new, interesting, exciting, non-rage inducing?
No, my life's boring.
Hey, boring's good. No one's getting hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it also means that very little progress is ever made. So that's the caveat.
Okay, we do have a few guys in the chat. Jimmy St. Louis Arch, welcome to the audience. If you guys can see the link to the StreamYards, since I've seen the both of you before, if you would like to join in, feel free to punch the link. If you don't see it, just make a comment or mention it in the chat, and I'll go ahead and drop it again, and you can come on in. We've seen Jimmy in St. Louis Arch before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only one we should really be worried about is Jimmy, especially if he's drunk.
Walt Disney. Yeah.
Yeah, but hey, it is what it is, gentlemen. Well,
Indeed.
before we get into the complete waffle fest that I'm sure this is going to end up being,
Mm.
I'm going to let you all know what you're seeing in the background on my camera is me working on a couple of different models that I'd picked up intending to do something with Red Pill Rhino. And that's a little bit of he called it a Mando Ross or Bob Ross Mando type thing, where I'm basically just showing off the techniques that I use for the different miniatures that I do. So if anyone's curious about what they're seeing, I'm more than happy to explain it. I am not going into the lore or the background behind any of this, though. This is these are items from a company that, well, let's just put it this way. They're not exactly high on my most liked people's list.
Yep.
I'll still play the games they produce, and I'll still purchase material from them, but I'm really loath to give them anything resembling free advertising after some of the stunts they've pulled recently.
That's understandable.
Which this stream, because I'm working on their stuff, could be classified as free advertising.
Yeah, I went into a games shop just to take a look at what it might, or kind of look at quoting what it might be like to get into it. Um,
Starting is
it's
prohibitively
very,
expensive.
yes, very, very expensive. They've got kits for like 200-300 bucks.
Well, what games are you
And it's like,
looking at possibly
oh,
starting in?
um, Warhammer was the first one. There was some BattleTech stuff there, but I guess their inventory was not full, and they're expecting more to come in for basics.
Okay. What
Because if
other
I get
options?
the kiddo involved, he might like that.
What other options did you see that looked interesting to you?
No, that was about it. And they have some lore books out there. Um, the miniatures, the paints.
Okay, well,
Um,
I
no
can.
kind of board, or I didn't see a game master book, but I assume the kits come with those, or you got to get
No,
that separately.
no. You unfortunately for both of those games, you have to purchase dadgum near everything separately.
Yeah, I guess that's how
So
they make their money.
now the reason I asked what games you were looking at,
Hmm.
um, Warhammer and anything Warhammer related is it's going to be the big fish in the pond currently. There's
Mm.
very few game stores that don't carry at least something that's Warhammer related, unless they specialize specifically in board games. If it's anything miniatures game, it's probably gonna that store is probably gonna have something Warhammer related in there somewhere.
Yeah, they didn't have way too much, but it was a pretty small store. Well, the
Um,
store side is small, but they also have a conjoining suite
yeah, for
in
gaming.
that little mall for a game room.
Yeah, that's typical. Um, okay. I'm gonna tell you something that it does pain me to say it. Um,
Hmm.
this is a full disclosure. If you're going to try to get into any war game, I suggest BattleTech.
Okay.
And here is why. For the commercial side of the house, modern BattleTech is probably the most wallet friendly out there. You can pick up a starter box that has between 2 and 12 miniatures, depending on what flavor of BattleTech box you decide to go with.
Hmm.
These will be miniatures like this little guy here, who's partially
Okay.
painted. They're pre-assembled, just plain Jane plastic that you can apply whatever kind of paint scheme that you want to it. There's official color palettes. There's people who have come up with all sorts of unique and interesting ones. And if you go with lore written before the last 5 years, it has a lot of really good novels, stories, and background.
Okay.
Um, it also has essentially three quote unquote modes that you can use to play the game. There is traditional Battletech, where you have your mechs, a hexagonal map sheet, and you have a record sheet that you use to keep track of everything that your mech is capable of doing and how much damage it has taken.
Okay.
It, think of it as a mix between a traditional war game and Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, neither of them I've ever played. I've never done tabletop before, but
When I say a
I
traditional
need
war game,
something interesting that's maybe a little more physical than just computer games.
when I say traditional wargaming, I'm also including Command and Conquer in this, or X
Okay.
or XCOM for that matter.
Do they start out as tabletop?
Um, XCOM actually started out as a computer game, and then they made a board game slash war game out of it.
Okay.
Um, Now, here is the irony there. D&D started out as an offshoot of wargaming, where instead of controlling an entire army, you're controlling one or two heroes.
Okay.
And they switched, or the people who made D&D were initially doing stuff based on Napoleonic Wars. Then it got popular enough where people started doing things based off of J.R.R. Tolkien. So it came full circle in a way.
Mhm.
But I
Fine.
am reluctant. Hello, Broken Pine. And you're welcome to join in as well if you see the link up top. Just make sure you have a user or YouTube friendly audio avatar at a minimum and a decent mic. But I hate to be mixed on BattleTech, but some of the stuff that they've been doing in the background is
It stinks.
I'm trying to figure out how to say this and be YouTube friendly. They're not keeping with the spirit of what the game is supposed to be.
All right. Sounds
That's not surprising.
And
Yeah.
here's where I'm going with this.
All right.
BattleTech originated in the late 80s. And it's set about 1,000 years in the future, in the main period of time in the storyline where people generally populate in game.
Mm.
And it's all humans. There's no extraterrestrials, none of that. Literally every ethnicity you can imagine is represented. And here's the part where I really am reluctant to touch on it. Every lifestyle choice is represented in on it. Blink once if you understand what I'm saying, blink twice if you don't. There were characters.
I think mine was do not compute.
There were characters in the earliest stages of BattleTech. Granted, they weren't main characters, they were supporting characters.
Mm-hmm.
That were members of a certain community that we will get in trouble for mentioning directly.
Yeah, let's not bring in their wrath just because we just mentioned them.
Yeah, now the current publisher of the game has decided they want to court that group, not by coming up with new characters and compelling stories that incorporate that lifestyle choice in, but by shoehorning it onto the players by pulling the same garbage that Marvel and DC are pulling.
What, by forcing that on already existing characters?
Yes. We're not going to say any more than that. I will get on the soapbox that will require an atlas to get me off of it. And we don't want 110 assault mech bashing through my apartment wall.
Fair enough.
I highly doubt that those people have the resources to do that.
Well, given the group we're talking about, they probably also don't have the intellectual capacity to operate one.
No, usually not. The worst they could do is just send you a very heated email or message over some form of communication media website or something.
Yeah, either way, I just don't want to deal with it. Unlike our buddy Jimmy, I don't like the social media drama. I'm on there just enough to know what the hell's going on in the world. And to say, okay, that's enough internet for today.
Yeah, I think I've already reached that a couple of days ago, but considering what I plan to do with creating my own nonsense, I need to stay engrossed in it, unfortunately.
Well, good luck,
So my brain
Jackal.
hurts. My brain hurts.
My brain hurts.
It hurts.
Hey,
There's too much taps in there too. There's definitely
yeah.
lots of taps in there for some reason.
Jackal,
Uh,
listen carefully to what I'm going to say. May the farce be with you.
Oh, it's definitely with me. If I had my camera on, you would see the smoke and the light flames shooting out of my ears.
So you did a visit to SCP? Okay.
No, but
you know the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, but you brought that up, and now I feel obliged to enlighten you of the existence of a visual novel centered around a certain SCP related to an application on your phone.
Oh, are you talking about Mallow?
Lovely.
Yeah, and you know what kind of visual novel it is?
Adult entertainment oriented?
One step back.
But pretty doggone close to that, right?
It's essentially a visual novel slash somewhat dating sim. Where your only choice is Mallow. It's great. No, it's not.
Hey, it could be worse. Mutant mutant canine type creatures deserve some kind of love too.
Not from humans. Those crossbreeding is not supposed to happen. It's not supposed to happen.
Sean, refresh my memory. Are you familiar with SCP?
Yes.
Okay. Stupid question then. Would you put a phone with that particular app into the Clockworks and then put it through on Very Fine?
I'm not familiar with the Clockworks one.
The Clockworks is a hyper complex object that it has an input and an output, and you stick an item into the input and you set one of 5 settings: rough, coarse, 1-to-1, fine, or very fine. On rough, it breaks the item down to its general constituent parts. Coarse, it just disassembles the object. Fine, or correction, 1-to-1, it spits out an object that's roughly equivalent to what you put in. Fine, it improves it ever so slightly. And very fine, it improves it and gives it anomalous capabilities. So say you put a cell phone into the Clockworks. If you set it to rough, you would have a bunch of conflict minerals and other miscellaneous garbage on the output. Coarse, you'd have all the little bits and pieces spread into a nice, neat, organized little thing in the output. 1-to-1, it might go from being a cheap flip phone to a slightly nicer flip phone. And very fine, God only knows.
I think I would assume with that app just to put it on rough.
Just to get rid of the app.
Yeah, get rid of the application. Do not have the application active while you are putting it in the machine. Otherwise, the entity itself might come out the other side.
Jackal, you just touched on what I was about to mention.
Mando, there is enough nonsense regarding a certain hellhound from an independent show out there. We don't need to bring more into this.
There is a YouTube channel called SCP Explained.
I know of it.
It's done by the same people who do Infographics Show.
Yeah, I know.
They did a what if scenario where somebody put a phone with Mallow into the Clockworks on Very Fine.
Mistake.
Oh, that sounds bad.
Mistake.
Oh, it wasn't like the thing went all around Site 19 causing mayhem and mischief.
That's the thing about that specific entity. it doesn't kill you. It's just a pain in the ass.
It's just a digital stalker. Hey,
Oh,
and
yay!
we got,
Think we need
got,
any of those.
hey guys, we
No.
got a bonehead joining us tonight. Welcome, Jimmy.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, how you
I
doing,
need
man?
to call the manufacturer because my waffle maker's broken.
Sorry, we do not do any kind of warranty work. You're just gonna have to get a new one.
Oh, so
All right.
So you work for the Democrat Waffle Party?
I cannot confirm nor deny. My lawyer has advised me to not answer that question.
No, I'm pretty sure he's part of the cornfield company.
The Cornfield Company.
Oh, by the way, Jimmy, did you like the little meme I dropped earlier that I called you and Rhino out on specifically?
Always practice safe sex, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh. Oh. Or just be like me and just don't participate.
Okay, let me call up my Gilded real quick, and I'm going to bring that meme up. It's actually not a meme, it's a really old comic strip that I had found years ago.
Get Arch.
I was going
We're like
was going
the
through some of my stuff earlier.
cornhole community.
I was going through some of my stuff earlier, and I came across my old joke book, which is just a loose leaf binder of really old jokes that I found over the years that I found humorous.
I mean, jokes that
And
are.
there's
Oh. Okay, is this particular joke older than you?
Actually no, not by much. Hello, Ray Pacino.
Hey, what's going on, Ray?
Hey.
But no, that joke. Technically, it's not older than me. I did find it though when I was still a teenager. So take that or however you want to take it.
That's what she
Okay.
said.
Oh no.
Wait a minute, everybody stop. I don't think that's what she said. That's supposed to be what he says to her.
Okay, Jimmy, make sure you read the guide to safe facts.
I'm just saying, if she says that to you, you're in for a bad night.
Like I said, make sure you read the guide to safe facts. And yes, you heard that correctly. Anyone who doesn't know, you're either not in Gilded, and if you're not in Gilded, Google it.
What are you doing,
You'll find
man?
it. Say again.
If you're not in Gildan, then what are you doing, man?
Enjoying sanity. That's what they're doing.
Okay, that's fair.
Jackal, in our community, sanity is for the weak.
You're for the weak.
Potato, potato.
That is true. But I did just get done watching the Timcast IRL, and
how did that go?
Well, Pearly Things was on.
Wait.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and I was going to put in a super chat, even though I know Tim selectively chooses his super chats, which, you know, it is what it is. It's his show. He can run it however he wants. And I got no problem with that. But I was going to say, but I did put in a chat that got unrecognized by everybody that said, I may or may not have insider information that Terrence Pop from Redonkulous.com will be on Pearl's show here very soon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why there was not a show on Thursday or yesterday, and there will not be any Redonkulous shows next week because both Blake and Pop will be out of town doing their own things. Yep. So
Do we
I
know
mi-
if they're going back to their normal show schedule or in June, or is that going to be? Or are they taking a bit of a hiatus?
It's just as far as I know, it should be just for next week
Oh, okay,
because
cool.
Blake's got his own thing going on. Pop's got his own thing going on. Next week, no shows whatsoever. I may or may not try to convince Rhino to do a Redonkulous Regiment stream. Maybe I can even bring in the Battle Dwarf and see if we can get a show going. Just to hang out and bullshit. No topics or anything. Just to hang out, bullshit, kind of like what we're doing right now. Just
Yeah, it would be kind of
just to do something, just to kind of get a bit of a palate cleanser, because I know the Tuesday shows have been all doom and gloom and this and that and oh my god, and it's like, can we just hang out and bullshit, crack some jokes, and have some fun for a little bit?
yeah. It'd be
Yeah.
nice. It'd be nice to be able to show Battle Dwarf that I'm not just an asshole who picks at him.
Yeah, Mando is not just the hemorrhoid on the Battle Dwarf's ass.
Hey, we got a Broken Pine joining us tonight.
Hey, there we
Welcome to
go.
the
How's
show,
it
good
going?
sir.
Hello?
Yeah. Hello, Broken Pine. Can you hear us?
Hello.
His headphones probably aren't working.
Ugh, yeah. Oh, was that him?
He'll
Yeah,
jump in
that's
it.
him.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I got too many windows open.
Too many windows. So
You know, I have that happen from time to time as well.
Yeah,
too
I'm
many
here.
tabs.
I just got too many fucking windows. I got too many windows open. Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
too many tabs. Too many tabs. Ah!
Terrible.
it happens to the best of us. I don't know what our excuse is, but it happens to the best of us.
I'm trying to. I'm trying to buy. I'm searching. I'm searching for work. I'm searching for work. I'm looking for new work boots. Okay, I'm looking for new work boots.
I would recommend Twisted X. They make some decent ones.
Do you have a specific brand you prefer to use, or
I mean, Danners are pretty damn good. I've got a pair of Danners. I think they're the Tachyon boots. I know they're technically tactical boots,
Yeah.
but they fucking work. I'll tell you what.
well, no? In all seriousness, Broken Pine, do you have a specific brand that you prefer to use for your work boots?
I've been wearing Danners for more than 30 years, actually.
Okay.
They're damn good.
I know they're available down here in southern Missouri. I don't know about up in Canada, but you could, if you need steel toes or you want steel toes, there's a type of boots called Interceptor that you can pick, or at least here in Missouri, you can pick them up in
Yeah.
Wally World. About 40 American dollars a pair that are essentially civilian version of the combat boots you probably got used to with steel toes.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, don't let what I said about it being civilian combat
You
boots.
talking about the Fort Lewis?
No. These are. I'm in southern
Holy
Missouri. I'm not in
fuck.
Washington State.
Yeah.
And yes, that's the closest you're going to hear on stream
Oh.
to where I'm actually at. So
Yeah, so we can't send a Pringles can full of shit to your house.
hey Gendai, how you doing? Honestly, with this group, I'm not so certain I'm worried about the Pringles can full of fecal matter.
Well,
we could always send you an invite to the gay cruise.
That's more where my worry is, that one of you people would send something like that in a box that would have to be
well, only 2 people within the community know my address, and thankfully, I have not been yet sent a invitation to the gay cruise or a Pringles can.
Yes, but have you been sent a box full of fish flavored tampons yet?
No, and
What?
I hope that idea does not get out there.
Then you
Well,
should have said it out loud.
Why do you
gave
think
me
I
an
did
idea.
say it out loud?
Well,
Oh,
like I s-
no,
like
no, no, no.
Like I said, only 2 people know my physical. Well, 4 technically, if you count Blake and Pop. 4 people within the community only know my address, and thankfully, only one person has been sending me postcards of her travels around the world, and a care package was sent, and then the other one was a PC.
Yeah, and we all know that person is too much of a sweetheart to send you something that nasty.
Yes, she is.
Unless she's bribed.
I don't even think she would do that.
Possibly.
No, she. We all know who it is I'm talking about, but we're not gonna
Mhm.
even say her screen name out of respect. So
But yeah, I mean,
We have respect here?
actually,
Good.
we do. Actually, we do,
One of us
Jackal.
does.
Believe it or not, it's a shocker. But yeah, I've actually got her postcards from Malaysia, from Eastern Maine, and her Alaska postcard on my setup here. Postcards are actually leaning up against my big old AOC monitor for my gaming PC, and I still have
hang on.
quite a bit of her.
You have an AOC monitor.
That is the brand. It was the biggest monitor that Staples had, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna get the biggest one because I don't want to be, 2 feet away from my monitor trying to play Power World or something like that. I want to be able to relax.
You can buy electronics from Newegg, right? Or Amazon.
Yes, but I would have to wait a week or 2 for them to get to my house. I am the instant gratification kind of guy.
Well, let's just
Considering you did a woman in the cornfield, I am not surprised.
That took 2.5 weeks worth of work, Jackal. That took 2.5 weeks worth of work.
Time out.
hang
No,
on.
no. Time out. Amazon is the ultimate instant gratification place. Do not.
hang on. Yeah,
Yes.
one
Yeah.
quick. Let me interrupt for one quick second, gentlemen.
Sorry, I had to. Like,
St. Louis Arch. Thank you for acknowledging where I was going with that. His comments
Not
up on the screen. If you
Yes, not for you, jackholes.
Okay.
Okay.
That one went over my head. I missed that one.
43. You're not late. There is literally no topic, and I'm probably going to regret this in the morning. Said every date that Jimmy's ever been on.
I love the
Oh.
I love the Hogan's Heroes.
Ouch,
And
man.
P43 has that Hogan's Heroes reference.
Mhm.
Jimmy, tell me I'm wrong.
Not exactly.
I wish I could.
Oh no.
But you can't.
God damn it, Mando! You're supposed to be my friend and co-star, man. What the hell? Man.
No friends for you.
Hey, what's going on there, Ike?
Jimmy, if I didn't give you flack, you would think I didn't like you.
Exactly.
True.
If my friends don't give me shit and kick me while I'm down, are they really my friends?
No.
Well, here's the thing. At least your friends will kick you while you're down. But at least we'll pick you back up, dust you off, and then push you down the stairs.
Yeah.
Just to continue stomping you out.
100%.
And then you'll give me a knife hand and say, "Quit fucking doing that shit, you dumbass."
Curb stomp you.
Now, Jimmy,
I think
why would we
curb
give you
stomping
the
is
knife
a
hand?
much.
That's Pop's job.
Yeah, that's true.
He's to organize the whole thing. He's the guy that's on the sidelines or organizing the attack. Like, you kick, you slap, you kick, you punch, you kick.
Oh, we need a medic over here.
Mm-hmm. That's where you come in.
Yep.
That or Nate.
And I'm just the evil button pushing monkey that clicks and says, "Hey." When Pop says, "Hey, you go here," I click the button. You go there.
No,
Click the
you're
button.
and Blake is recording it. He's recording the whole beat down.
You know what we ought to know what we ought to do one of these days, guys? Get with Blake, have him see about doing a backdoor reprogramming of the StreamYards that Redonkulous uses. So next time Jimmy does a stream, he pushes a button and something completely random happens.
Oh, that could be
you
bad.
could possibly get
Hey,
Poppin
Ike.
on that.
Yo.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking. Just next time there's an April Fool's Day stream on a Tuesday.
Ooh.
I don't think that's possible, but I'm thinking we can probably make something like that happen.
Can we
Jimmy, we're
open
talking about
fire?
messing with you, and you're joining in on it. You're co-signing your own destruction here, buddy.
Mando, I've co-signed my own destruction when I came onto Pop's stream the first time, came on the second time, and then did my own self-destruction with the Jimmy script. I'm pretty sure I've been self-destructed enough to the point where I don't fucking care.
He's right. He's flopped.
MM43, that's a good one.
I've made the stairs.
If I could still find it on Steam, there's an old mobile game that Jimmy, I think you would love. Have you ever heard of Stair Dismount?
I know what that is.
Oh,
No.
that does ring a bell, but I can't.
Like, given what you know of this community, would that game not fit Jimmy perfectly?
Yes, it would. It kind
And
of
the
reminds me of there's a cartoon called Rejected, where there's a scene where it's like, oh, he started to walk, and it's the kid, and the kid starts walking back and forth across the scene, and then falls down the stairs.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's that sounds like it would fit me pretty good.
So Ike, I've asked everyone else as they've come on. How's your week been?
It was Tuesday was awesome because it was Taco Tuesday. The rest of the week has been like just total and utter shit.
Well, of course you had tacos for lunch.
No, we had tacos for dinner.
Either way, actually that's worse. You
You
literally
let it
set yourself up
stew.
for bio warfare the rest of the week.
Well,
Okay,
no,
okay,
the tacos didn't cause the rest of the week to be shit. It was just me in my own head just caused the rest of the week to be shit.
Hot dogs are tacos. Hot dogs are tacos.
Hot dogs are tacos. Thank you, Broken Pine.
Yeah.
Hot dogs are tacos.
You know, I'm not.
You got meat wrapped around bread with
Allegedly.
Well, hang
It's
on.
not bread. It's cornmeal.
same
I'm
shit.
not. Hang on.
It's
hang on.
carbohydrate. That's all.
Hold on. Let Mando
Here, let
interrupt
Mando
for a
talk.
second.
I'll shut up.
You guys are overanalyzing it. When you stop, if you stop and don't think about it, he's actually got a point there. Hot dogs are basically New York tacos.
So the reference that he's making is on my podcast. I had a poll. It was our hot dogs tacos. Yes, no. Hold on. Are hot dogs a sandwich? It's yes, no, or the third option was you idiots. It's a taco.
Well, and actually, it could be classified as a sandwich as well. You know where sandwiches originated, right?
No.
Yeah, I made a comment about that. I disagree.
Well, okay. Sandwiches, apocryphally, sandwiches came from some English earl who loved playing cards so much that he did not want to have to interrupt his games for mealtime. So he had his cooks put some meat, cheese, and lettuce between two pieces of bread so he could eat one-handed while playing cards.
Why the fuck am I not surprised?
That makes sense.
Leave it to the British.
And so, and
I
because that
fucking
earl
hate
was
them so fucking much. Oh,
and because that
Sounds like a
earl
really-
was the Earl of Sandwich, the name stuck. Allegedly.
That's one big allegedly.
I've got something Earl sandwich. Yeah. I've got something interesting I'm pulling up right now. My internet's not cooperating, so it's going to take a minute. I have the hot dog etiquette from the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council, and it says on there you can't. I'm not going to verbatim it, but you can't use ketchup on your hot dog after the age of 18.
No.
Yeah,
No, exactly. Yes. No.
yeah, they can go fornicate
mustard,
themselves on that one.
mustard or nothing.
Yeah,
Yep.
like I said, they can go fornicate themselves on that one.
Sauerkraut is acceptable.
It also says you can't use utensils to eat a hot dog.
No.
Just eat the food for fuck's sake. Don't add rules to it. Just eat.
Yes.
The only time I will allow utensils to be used while eating a hot dog is when you have a double dog chili smothered chili dog.
Oh,
that is
I
wrapped
think it
in
mentions. I think it
Whoa.
mentions with the utensils. I think it even mentions even with chili on it.
I'm sorry, but the way that
that's
my
hard.
dad does hot dogs / bratwurst, it's mainly bratwurst and whatnot. Cooks the bratwurst about halfway, maybe just a little under halfway. Wraps them in bacon, and then cooks them, throws them back on the grill so that the bacon cooks and the bratwurst finally cooks through. They are beer broths, by the way. Beer and cheddar, if you're feeling fancy. And then he makes his special chili. There is beans in there, so technically it's not chili. Fuck off with all that shit.
Wait. If you put beans in it, it doesn't count as chili?
Depending on it's kind of like the Yo Mama line. Some places put beans in their chili. Some
all
people
chili should have beans.
Yeah,
We're not going to have this debate on this channel tonight, gentlemen. That will cause World War III.
Technically speaking, if you
Possibly.
put beans in your chili, it is not technically chili. It is something else.
Okay, hold on. Jimmy Bones.
Yeah,
Jimmy
it's
Bones.
it's called stew.
Jimmy Bones, I'm going to ask you a different question. Is cereal soup?
Yes.
Depending on
it's called soup.
Yes.
It's called cold soup.
Y'all are out of your goddamn mind.
I love it so much. That was the question question we asked last week. Was it cereal soup? Sorry, Mando.
Okay, hang on. Let me just point something out. Cereal dry would not be a soup. But when you add milk to it, it then becomes a semi-liquid material.
And what is soup?
A semi-liquid material that's served either hot or cold.
There you go.
I'm looking up the definition of soup because you can do that tomato soup that's served cold. I'm trying to remember what it's called. Here it is. So soup is a liquid dish typically made by boiling meat, fish, or vegetables, etc., in stock or water, is what it says. But it also says another definition: a substance or mixture perceived to resemble soup in appearance or consistency. You can't use the word soup in the definition of your fucking.
Okay, Ike. I'm gonna bring up something that happened at work today. I told Sean and Jackal about before the stream.
Oh.
I want to get the peanut gallery, e.g., Ike, Broken Pine, and Jimmy Bones, and the chat. I want your input on this. This one individual at my workplace, he told a former supervisor of his, who's a female, that it's a good thing she had a dog because that's the only life form that would ever simp for her. So now here's the question for everybody who wasn't in the earlier conversation. Are dogs not technically the world's biggest simps?
No. 100% no. They are the fucking best things on the planet. Period.
We found the first dog simp in Broken Pine.
What's your answer to that question?
Yeah, I am a dog simp. I'm a proud dog simp.
Well, the thing is, we're all a simp for something.
I don't know if it's simping, if it's Stockholm syndrome.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm
I don't think it's simping if it's not women,
yeah,
That's
or
also
if it
true.
doesn't have a pussy.
I'm staff I'm the landscaping staff to two golden retrievers, basically.
Okay, MM43 actually has a good answer here.
Yep.
Well, actually stand
Yeah,
up for
yeah,
itself.
exactly.
That's true.
And Gendai, I'm not sure I can say that's a good answer, but he has a valid point there.
I'm going to say that based on the Oxford English Dictionary's definition of the word simp, dogs cannot be simps because it's a silly or foolish person. Dogs can't be people.
No, but dogs can be silly and foolish. But then again, we still love them for being silly and foolish.
Well, most people love it when the dogs are silly or foolish because that's when you get the best videos that go up on the internet.
Honestly, I prefer watching cats being silly and foolish, but that's just
Same
me.
here.
To each their own. To each their own. You know, I'm not hating on either one. I love all animals.
But then again,
Here, so
but
go ahead.
then
Go
again,
ahead. I have something else here.
considering the fact that aside from some fish that live in a tank on my kitchen counter, the only other animal that lives in my apartment is my cat. I could be accused of being a simp for my cat.
So I'm gonna say this right now. I'm using the Wikipedia's definition, so take that with a grain of salt. What it says here on Wikipedia: simp is an internet slang term describing someone who shows excessive sympathy and attention towards another person, typically someone who does not reciprocate the same feelings in pursuit of affection or a sexual relationship. So dogs can't be simps because dogs show the same affection that a person usually gives back to them. So that is a symbiotic relationship and not a simping relationship.
Oh, actually, Ray Paccio brings up a very good point. Although he put the wrong there in there, but who cares?
Yeah, we won't fault them for
Via Nazi grammar Nazis, we will
we're
correct them.
We're not the grammar Nazis.
Right, Riggs, that's just cruel.
I don't want to change the subject, but I got a question I need to ask at least
There
Jimmy
is no
Bones
subject
and
tonight.
Mando.
There is no subject tonight. It is literally a hangout chill, and I'm working on a couple of miniatures that I was going to work on with Rhino stream tonight.
All right, so and also Jackal. I want to ask Jackal as well. Sean's already privy to this. Broken Pine, I apologize, but we have limited space. So Jimmy Bones, Mando, and Jackal. I don't know if Jackal's listening. On July 6th, I think we already have the date planned. We are planning the Serious Wrestling Federation Invitational, and the way it works is we want to have people like that we can make have be heels and like good guys and people and like rivalries with each other. But the way the wrestling matches work is we have a copy of Nintendo 64's WrestleMania 2000. We're going to use those for the wrestling matches.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sit this one out. No offense.
That sounds like a good fucking time. It's a shame that you might have to bring me up to speed on what you got planned there, right? Because if I got to download the games and the mods to get that done.
So what it's going to be is we have a physical copy of Nintendo 64. You can join us via like the internet, and you have a champion or somebody that's playing the game for you because we can't do over the internet.
Now,
but I think the entire idea is the interaction between people and the kind of build up to the match and then like reaction to the match, because I think it'd be
probably
hilarious.
Trash talking during the match.
Yes, exactly.
Let me be the commentator. Let me be the fucking dollar store version of Jim Ross.
Hang on, Jimmy. We all know that there's only one person in this community that should be the commentator. if you can get him to spare enough time to do it.
Talking about Billy.
No, there's only one of us in this community that's actually got experience as a ring fighter.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, that would be fun. That would be fun. I like your idea there, Mando.
He's an old school infantry grunt with
Come on,
30
Ike.
years of experience and likes to talk shit.
Oh, is
as
that-
it is.
Is that who I think it is?
Exactly. Yep. That would actually be pretty funny.
Are you talking about TP?
Yes, I am.
So
No,
Jimmy, right now I have a bunch of characters already created, including you and Rhino. And tonight on my stream, at the end of the stream, I did a tag team match: you and Rhino versus me and Scott.
Nice. Nice. Awesome.
It ended in a draw. It was only we only had a time limit of 10 minutes, and it didn't end with a winner.
Now, honestly, Ike, something else that you could do that would be just as fun, and it could be something that you guys could go ahead and push out for people to download because it's a free download. Oh, before we go, I hope you have a good night. Glad you joined in for how much time you decided to join in for.
Have a good one.
Salute to you there, good sir.
I don't know if you've ever heard of BattleTech, but they made a digital version. There's a digital version of it called Mega Mech that you could literally do one-on-one games, and you should be able to stream them over whatever platform you're using.
So, one of the things I looked into is I have an emulator for the Nintendo 64, and I'm working on all of these characters through that emulator. And then we have a way that we can take that save data and put it onto the game, so we can have all those characters I created on the actual N64 hardware. However, the Project 64 emulator I'm using does do over internet gameplay.
Oh, nice.
So there is potential to do over internet gameplay.
So, Ike, my main question, if this was to happen.
Oh, it's going to happen. I don't care who's going to be there.
So you said that it was me and Rhino versus you and your buddy. Is there any way that you could implement our own theme music as our introduction as we're walking to the ring? Because if that is a thing we can do, if you do not put the Rise of Jimmy Bones to my entrance music, I will be very, very disappointed.
I'm gonna say yes. That is something that we're gonna do. What we're gonna do is there are walk to the ring things that happen. However, within the game. However, I want to do actual intro videos for everybody that play before the match starts, that we're gonna play ourselves. And so we'll do a Jimmy Bones intro, Rhino will get his own intro, but the Rise of Jimmy Bones would definitely be the song that plays when you're walking to the fucking ring.
Hell yeah.
Ike,
my favorite, sorry, go ahead.
You'll probably kill me for suggesting this, but there's something else that comes to mind that would be just as hilarious to do. Mod Outlaw Golf.
I don't know what that is.
Look up Outlaw Golf and Outlaw Golf 2. It is definitely not safe for YouTube in the original version.
Jeez. I see what this is. Is this a PlayStation game?
Originally it was.
It's Xbox. It looks like Xbox is what I'm seeing.
It was on both. Eventually.
Oh yeah, PlayStation 2. That would be great too.
Especially considering the caddy fights.
My biggest problem with WrestleMania 2000 is you can't make any female characters. You can't modify the female characters. You can make the male characters have the female animations, but you can't do female characters.
Oh, that sucks.
I know. I'm trying to figure out how the fuck I'm going to put Outlaw in there.
Oh.
Just have a sexy squirrel with a nice rack and a nice ass walk down the ramp.
If I
That'll be
could, I
Outlaw.
would, but maybe we'll just do the Outlaw intro and he can be China.
Damn, boy!
Well,
Boys, I think it's boy.
hang
There.
on. Ike,
Gah.
here's something else you might consider doing. Outlaw will kill me for this if you do decide to do it.
Okay.
Make a squirrel ring girl.
Well, the problem
That would
is
be-
I want to use the Nintendo 64 hardware because I want to do retro gaming because I think it's funny. We could potentially do WWE 2K64 or whatever the new version is. We could do that, and there is over internet play on that. However, I don't want people to have to pay $60 to fucking be involved in this. Plus,
Yeah, that's something not
Plus-
a lot of people are going to be willing to do.
yeah. Plus the Nintendo 64 like gameplay is just really shitty, and I like that aesthetic.
Okay, Ike, let's just be honest here. It's only shitty by modern standards.
That's true. It was like when I was a kid, it was a blast.
Like, how many other individuals actually learned how to circle strafe in GoldenEye?
Oh my god, I love that game. I was
Yeah.
just watching before I did my podcast earlier. I was watching a documentary of behind the scenes of the creation of GoldenEye.
The movie or the game?
The game.
Because there's a behind the scenes on both of them.
Well, one of the other games we have a physical copy of on that on the N64 we're going to be using is GoldenEye. But
Yeah.
I actually played that on N64.
Same here.
It
I
was a
played it all
great
the fucking
game.
time.
I know.
But-
You
I
had to
need to use
had to blow in the cartridge to fucking make it.
Oh yeah, you got to do that. Right, I need to use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
All right.
Hey, who else used to have this little bit of trash talk when playing 64 GoldenEye? The two greatest words in the English language: blast radius, and then hit somebody with a proximity mine or a rocket launcher.
Yes.
Yep.
There's a game that came out on Steam probably about 10 years ago called Screen Cheat. It's kind of set up as like a GoldenEye clone, and the way the game works is you can't see the other players on your screen, but their screens are it's a 4-player deathmatch. Their screens are available to watch, and so you have to look at their screen to see where they're at to be able to kill them.
That's
It
clever.
was a lot of fun. I've got a copy of it on my Steam. It's a lot of fun. You can play it over the internet, but it's better to play live in person.
Well, a lot of those games are better to play live and in person.
All the good ones were like Bridge Too Far.
Perfect Dark was also another N64 game that
Yes.
was really fun to play.
Yes. I really loved the sniper rifle in that game that could shoot through walls.
Oh, the rail gun. Oh, fuck
No,
the rail.
this was that alien sniper rifle that when you reloaded it, it looked basically like a jellyfish eating something.
Oh yeah. Yep. I was actually thinking of Red Faction with the rail gun, but it was basically the same principle.
Generally speaking. Hang on, guys. My communist cat's demanding some attention.
Oh. Evie is wanting some attentions.
Yeah.
She's
Okay, you
needs-
might find this humorous, Jimmy. This little model APC sits on the desk that I use for my paint station.
Mhm.
It doesn't get used for anything more than a visual cue, or if I need to size something for the models that are the same scale as this thing. Evie is constantly trying to bat it off the desk. It's a red rhino.
She hates it, man.
Now, had Rhino chosen to stream tonight, I would have told him straight up, Yeah, my cat loves playing with you, buddy. And then showed him a picture of the thing.
Nice. See,
So-
and I did like I haven't been active in the guild and whatnot. Yeah, I'll open it up to check to see if someone has DM'd me or tagged me in some shit and whatnot. It is what it is. I was actually gonna say, if you weren't gonna do a show, I was actually gonna do a show myself tonight, and it was gonna be a Twit stream, a This Week in Twitter stream.
Well,
Because holy fucking shit. This week has been a shit fucking show.
hey, Jimmy, I'm just going to point something out. With Pop and Blake not doing their shows next week, Rhino being 50-50 as to the likelihood of him doing a show next week, and Cliff and Brian basically planning to take the months of June and July off, you and I probably are going to be the ones covering down for the community the next couple of months.
Well, I guess I better get to planning some shit out then tomorrow. And
Yeah, I think you and I should probably get together and plan out some chaos streams to mess with people.
yeah, because I mean, there's been like one thing that's kind of been bugging me, not really, kind of bugging me, but then not really because I'm not fully interested in it, is the new Assassin's Creed game.
You know,
If you haven't heard about that bullshit, I may or may not inform you on that bullshit.
hey, Jimmy, I'm going to be completely honest with you. After Ubisoft came out and said that players need to get used to the idea of not owning their games when they pay $70 for the damn things. Yeah, they pretty much lost me for any kind of business moving forward.
Yeah. I mean, there was, I do have, shit, I've got basically almost, well, actually, I'll have to double check, but I think I have almost all of the mainstream Assassin's Creed games. Maybe not the very first one. Maybe I do. I can't remember. But I've got all of them up to date, downloaded on my PlayStation 4. I haven't played any Assassin's Creed game past Syndicate. I've played
Honestly,
I played a little bit of Syndicate and I was like, I'm not a fan. I don't like the two protagonists. I don't like the double protagonist timeline on it. I've watched multiple reviews of it. I don't like the gadgets. I don't like the set. I mean, the setting is cool. The timeline is pretty cool as well. I mean, yes, there is still a lot of historical figures that you interact with and whatnot. If I could actually, take the, take control as Evie Fry, because she is the better Fry twin, and I don't care about the other one. If I could, I would take my hidden blade saber and stab Karl Marx in the throat multiple times, but I can't do that in that video game.
Hey, in the chat, who wouldn't stab Karl Marx in the throat if you had the chance?
Yeah.
Let's
be honest
with people.
But I like Syndicate is when they started implementing the soft RPG style where you had to level up and then you got to unlock these kind of things. I'm like, this is not Assassin's Creed. This is not Assassin's Creed. This is an RPG with
put pause on that for just a second, Jimmy.
Yep.
Broken Pine, good night. Thanks for joining in. Sorry you didn't get a chance to say all that much. I hope you have a good evening and a nice weekend. All right, Jimmy, you can continue.
Yep.
Salute to you there, Broken Pine. But yeah, I mean, I didn't I have Odyssey, or I have Origins Odyssey, and I think I have Valhalla downloaded. I'm not going to play Valhalla. I'm not going to play a 60-hour storyline just to play an Assassin's Creed-esque God of War, because that's exactly what Valhalla is. I'm sorry. I love the series. I love it. I love how they started it and how they built it up. And
Oh, we
whatnot.
lost Lake.
But it's Black Flag was the very last solid. Well, I wrote. Well, no,
Didn't
gonna
it
say-
technically end with 3 because the Desmond story
I'm going to say Assassin's Creed finally ended with Unity. Hear me out on this. Yes,
Okay.
Unity had a fuck ton of bugs and glitches and a lot of bullshit going on. That got ironed out. Go back and play. Like nowadays, go back and play it. It's a pretty solid story, with all of its flaws. What game doesn't have flaws?
Okay.
Unity was probably my last. Okay, this is the Assassin's Creed game I'm going to play, and then I played Syndicate, and I'm like, I'm over the series. I haven't played Origins, Odyssey, or Valhalla. I don't plan on playing Shadows, because that is a game as a service. If you haven't looked, disregard all of the controversy of the stupid retarded bullshit about one of the main characters. Disregard that. They're still wanting $70 for the base game. They're wanting $130 for a free 3-day access. They're wanting it's Ubisoft becoming EA, but they're the people that they're hiring are not gamers.
No.
Okay, Jimmy, I'm just gonna ask this question, since I think most of us that still play video games in this discussion and in the chat itself
Mhm.
are probably on the same page you are, where monthly fees can go take a hike.
Yep.
To put it
Mhm.
politely. How many of you guys miss the old days of video games? And I'm gonna say, going back to the Xbox original and the PlayStation 2, because I think those are probably about the last of the truly finished game platformers that came out. Who misses when you bought a game? That was it. You had to wait for a sequel before you got any kind of additional content for that particular franchise.
Or when you just put in the disc in the console, and the game
And it
started.
just worked.
You didn't have to wait for updates. You didn't have to do this. You didn't have to wait for patches. And this
Day
and that.
one patch.
If the game was a buggy mess, the game was a buggy mess. Which
Mhm.
brings me back to another fucking point I was wanting to cover. I may save this for a stream tomorrow night, but I saw a tweet from CD Project Red.
Oh god, would they screw up this time?
We know them. We know them. We love them. They are part of the Witcher series, which is
We used to love them.
Yeah, you gotta throw the used to in there, Jimmy.
good.
Now
Correct.
we
Good
have to treat them with the same amount of caution that we do every other studio.
So CD Project Red put out a tweet saying, and I'm paraphrasing. I don't have the tweet pulled up right now, and it absolutely fucking irritated me. It bugged me. I was like literally at work, and I was like, I need to punch this person. Hypothetically, that made this tweet. They were saying, "Oh yeah, we got this award for our DEI stuff, and we have all these women on our side, and we got the the menstrual fucking award and whatnot." So here is my theory, gentlemen. The reason why Cyberpunk 2077 was released in the situation that it was released in, we all know the stories about how shitty it was released, especially on the PlayStation. PC, not so bad. Xbox, not so bad. I get that.
Wasn't PlayStation the one where it was catching fire in the console?
It was
It
nearly
just wasn't working.
it was unplayable. It was unplayable. So my theory is this. They fired, or they didn't really fire, but they told all of the men that were actually good at their job, saying, stand down. We have all these strong, independent women's being hired in. So they hired them in. And, well, let's just say, based on the tweet that CD Projekt Red put out saying, oh, yeah, we got the DEI fucking award for, menstrual fucking awareness and whatnot, blah, blah, blah. Every single one of them women's periods synced up, and then they couldn't work for 3 to 5 to maybe 7 days a week. And that's why that game was released in such shit condition. And then they had to bring in the men to say, hey, we need to fix this. We need to fix this. And then the men were like, if you would just let us fucking work on it, it wouldn't have been released in that way. Be like, oh no, we need to have fucking women in this and that and this and that.
Jimmy, I need to interrupt you for just half a second. Bear
Sorry.
with me. All opinions voiced in the last segment are those of the person who voiced them, not this
Yes.
channel. specifically.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I have these are just
The Guy's Day Room has no issues whatsoever with anyone of any biological gender working in any position on this planet, so long as they are qualified, competent, and know what the hell the difference is between the bang bang end and the release end of your local firearm. Thank
Yes.
you. Have a nice day.
Absolutely.
Continue.
And as the person that is well, let me 1, 2, 3, 4. I forget how many beers deep I am. Yes, I agree with the host of the channel's statement on that. But that's just my opinion. That's just my theory.
Game
waffle theory?
It's a waffle theory. So, and then I'm going to kind of pick. Well, I know.
Let's move away from the more
But I'm
enraging
just
stuff and move back towards stuff that's more fun,
one
lighthearted, and not going to get this channel nuked from orbit.
one more thing I'm going to add on to the.
I will mute you if you go too far, Jimmy.
I'm just saying. There was a. Oh God damn it! Damn it! Oh, I forgot what the name of the game is. The Tom Clancy game where.
Rainbow Six.
No, not Rainbow Six, but oh God dang it! Forgot what it was.
This stinks 6?
No. God dang it! There was another game. It was like, God dang it! I forget what it was. Can't remember what it is. I blame the beers, but apparently there was either an expansion or another game that was going to be produced by Ubisoft.
Hey, Jimmy.
That
Is
got
Broken Pine on target?
no, not Ghost Recon. It was the other one, the Division.
Okay.
There was supposed to be
that attempted MMO that they came out with.
Yeah, there was supposed to be a third one that was coming out because they had the the Division, and then their quote unquote sequel slash add-ons or download DLC or whatever. I wasn't really into the Division, but apparently the third installment of that series got canceled,
Okay.
Huh.
and I'm pretty sure it may or may not have with the Ubisoft stock tanking in the past few days because of the new Assassin's Creed game. I
Well,
don't know if it is connected. I don't know, but I'm just saying. Well, what's the old saying? Go woke, go broke.
well, I was
Something
gonna
like
say,
that.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, looks like a duck, or sounds like a duck.
Yeah, but I mean, if you guys really want to look into the whole hate or online outrage, blah blah blah, whatever you want to talk about. I mean, I am indifferent to the new Assassin's Creed game. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to play it. I don't really care
Well,
about it.
I'm just gonna
If
be
Yeah,
I'm just
same
gonna be
here.
completely honest with you guys. The last brand new quote unquote game that I purchased, and yes, I know I'm gonna be like probably assessed a point for this one. I don't give a flying fornication. It's fun, it amuses me, and I can turn my brain off. I went ahead and picked up Princess Peach Showtime. It's
Alright.
a
no
You're talking about the actual Princess Peach,
yeah,
right?
the video game. Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
not the R34 one.
no, I
No.
didn't buy.
Oh no, no, no,
I
no.
I bought
I
the
mean,
actual Nintendo Switch game, Princess Peach Showtime.
yeah.
If you
Well-
want a good, turn your brain off and just have an entertaining ride game, it is one. Yes, it's designed for girls. No, I don't give a fuck. It's a fun game. Assess a point, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, play whatever games that interest you, man. I'm really don't have any judgments unless it's like really creepy or crazy or something like that. I mean, hell, I still fucking play Power World. It's just to hang out, relax, and be like, oh yes, I need to catch me a lucky depresso and name it after me.
Yeah,
A depressed.
like I said, this is a good little turn your brain off, go through, solve some puzzles, beat up some bad guys, and move on. And it's a fun little game. And you know what? I don't give a flying fuck who is annoyed by me saying that. Now I'm gonna also point this out. Of all the current video game makers out there, which is the only one that's really not jumping into the whole pop culture judgment nonsense currently?
Are we talking just from major studios or?
Just in general. Which is the only AAA rated game manufacturer that is staying out of most of the political BS currently?
I don't know.
As a general rule, Nintendo.
Okay. I don't know enough about Nintendo products because I don't
Well,
participate with them.
let me
But
just put it this way. If you buy a product that is pure Nintendo, that's not a port over from a different system,
Mhm.
you're not getting preached at about the environment. You're not getting preached at about how you need to be nice to people who use different pronouns. You're not being preached at about how if you're a more pale shade than the average ghost, that you're bad. They're still just making good family games. Now, on the recent Pokemon game, yeah, they kind of got a little iffy on some of their characters. You know what? I don't care. Whatever happened to just making fun, ready to play games that you could pick up, stick into whatever console or computer that you were playing, and not have to worry about the real world or however long you were playing the dadgum game.
It's been a while.
Right? And
Ow.
what other company aside from Nintendo is still making games like that?
Not
It
many.
would be the indie
Yep.
studios.
Yep. Because I actually mentioned this on the show last night or the other night that I made a comment on the Hidden One. He has a YouTube channel. He covers Assassin's Creed stuff and whatnot. I basically mentioned that I'm going to be skipping this one. Here's my reasons. If you want to play a good game, I'm going to be playing a squirrel with gun this fall. And you know what? I honestly hope that a squirrel with guns makes more money, if not competes with Assassin's Creed Shadows. Because I just let me play as a fucking squirrel causing mischief, because I think I would have a lot more fun playing that than a
Oh yes.
quote unquote historical figure, which actually technically Assassin's Creed Shadows, their main one of their main characters is actually more historical than any others, even though it really isn't a historical character.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just going to put one other thing out, and then let's move off of video games because this is going to get people are going to get people riled up one way or another. Because kind of like the car debate, this is one thing that's guaranteed to start an argument.
I'm just here hanging out with my boys, drinking beers and talking shit, man.
Much like TV shows, if it's been made in the last 5 years, unless I've had a chance to play a demo or see a trailer or see actual gameplay footage, I haven't bought a brand new game aside from, like I said, the Princess Peach thing. And I'll admit, it's because I'm a fan of the Mario franchise. Yes. Yes, I enjoy games like Halo and Mass Effect, where you're going around with ordnance that can crack open Europe. But there's just something to be said for one of those simple games that you put it in, you turn your brain off, and you just enjoy the ride.
Yep. Yeah, I've got many of those games downloaded, and they are quite enjoyable to just turn on, play, and just fucking say, I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy myself.
And this is going to sound strange coming from somebody who is actually kind of a hardcore Zelda fan. I've played almost all of them. I have yet to beat Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom.
I haven't played a Zelda game since Ocarina of Time, when I was hanging out at my cousin's place.
Well, let me just put it this way, Jimmy. Do you like open world games?
It's a bit of a loaded question, but yes, I do.
Okay. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom use more or less the same map, and you almost have more options for how you do the storyline than you do in the Elder Scrolls games. Am I wrong when I say that, Sean?
I haven't played
I hear you chuckling
Zelda,
there.
but yeah, as quote unquote massive as Elder Scrolls is, vanilla game. No, there's not way too much to do. You'll run out of stuff to do pretty quickly, and then you get stuck on the Radiant quest that annoy the hell out of you.
As someone who has both Skyrim and Fallout 4, I can fully attest to Mando's statement there. because there's, I mean, yes, there is DLC, but then again, when it comes to Fallout 4, I got tired of hearing Preston Garvey. There's another settlement. Fuck, there's another settlement needing our help. So you know what I did? I went to the Nuka-Cola, or the Nuka-Cola World DLC.
Mhm.
I did a few missions, and I said, okay, none of these people are worth saving. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up one raider camp in the vanilla world so that Preston Garvey leaves me the fuck alone, and then I'm going to go back to Nuka World and I'm going to murder everybody. And that's exactly what I did.
Jimmy, I'm going to ask this question, and there's no judgment attached to it.
Oh, there will
Did
be
you-
judgment.
Did you nuke Megaton?
No.
Oh,
Okay, I lied. There's judgment. You loser.
I didn't either, but I didn't
Okay.
know that you had to. You already had to kind of be a bit of an evil
Well, no,
character.
if you're talking about Megaton, that's Fallout 3. I'm talking about Fallout 4.
Yeah, potato.
See,
Mhm.
I never joined the Institute because
Oh, you don't have to join the Institute to nuke Megaton.
well, Megaton is the city in Fallout 3.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the first city you come across with that highly obnoxious twat that sends you on suicide missions for her wasteland survival guide.
Yeah, see, I'm talking about Fallout 4. I haven't played Fallout 3. I haven't played
Well,
Fallout
if
3
you
or
ever play
Vegas.
it, you will want to nuke that town just to get rid of that twat.
Gee, I probably
You know
would.
what? In Fallout 3, choices actually mattered a little bit more than when they have games that say your choice matters, because there are so many variations of the ending based
Mhm.
on the missions you completed.
Not
You could
really.
be a terrible evil person, of which I think they need to bring the karma system back. Or you could be, the paragon, or you could just be the scoundrel who's like, not my business.
Well, okay. I said we were going to move away from video games, and I keep bringing other ones up.
Yeah.
Let's just point out one thing. In
Mhm.
all the other Fallouts, you're doing a mission to save a member of your family, to save your vault, to do something really good for your community. New Vegas, you're literally hunting down the guy that tried to put a bullet in your head.
And that's why
And that's why it's better.
Oh, I know.
that is why I need to see if I can find out if I can download New Vegas onto my PlayStation, or well, I don't know if my PC could handle it, but
That PC probably can handle it unless you mod the living hell out of it.
I will not mod. There will not be a single mod put on.
Yeah, the
What?
Fallout games and
And
the
you'll be
Elder Scrolls
fine.
games, the Fallout and the Elder Scrolls games, you really don't need mods for to really enjoy them.
No, if I'm, I mean, yeah, I will probably get New Vegas and download it and play through it and enjoy myself through every single fucking second of it. And yes, I am one of those people that says I'm going to find every single side quest. I'm going to talk to everybody. I'm going to try to buy or find every single epic or legendary equipment. I'm going to try to max up my stats and be that kind of person.
Mhm.
But the only time I will add mods or any of the DLCs and whatnot, because I do watch what's it Mike Burns Fire and his buddy Zach. I can't remember what his YouTube channel is.
Looks like we lost Jackal.
But those two guys, they
Yep.
play through Skyrim, Fallout New Vegas, and all this other stuff. And they have their own fun adventures and quests and whatnot. And those guys are hilarious.
See, here's what I like about the Fallout and the Oblivion games, or not Fallout and Elder Scrolls games, at least the modern iteration of them. And it doesn't matter if it's Fallout 3, Fallout 4, New Vegas, Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim. They all have the whole open world concept. And they all are set up in such a way where you don't have to do the main quest if you don't want to.
Yep.
I honestly wish that the Mass Effect games would do a spin-off game in that universe where you had that kind of freedom. Because honestly, I love that universe, and I would love to just go out and explore and see, hey, what the heck is this thing over there? You got to admit, there's just something in a sci-fi game or a multiverse spanning fantasy game is the perfect type of format to do something like that.
Well, there's a whole lot you can do with Mass Effect.
Well, there's a whole lot you can do with any kind of open world exploration type game.
See, and I haven't played any of the Mass Effect games.
Oh, you are missing out on something that, and this goes back to one of our earlier gripes that we all share. After they finally kept the promise in Mass Effect 3 where your choices would actually matter, it is one of the most cinematically awesome game franchises out there. Because after they finally unfornicated what EA messed up,
Yeah.
your decisions in Mass Effect 1 actually had an impact on Mass Effect 3.
See, in those kind of games that actually progress with the actual brand new game and not just a DLC or an update or a patch or whatever, I kind of have an interest in those, but
Oh, the thing is, Mass Effect did have DLCs, and they did have patches, unfortunately.
yeah, and I'm familiar with the Mass Effect 3. Be like, oh, your choices matter and whatnot. And then you choose at the end of the game, and all you got was either one of 3 big balls of energy.
Well, no, that unfortunately that's still the case even after the fix. The thing is, generally speaking, when I play Mass Effect, I play through the Paragon path. As generally speaking, I try to be a good guy. I try to be a good guy. Here is where it gets interesting. No matter how high your scores are in any of those 3, it's that final decision that really indicates which one you were.
Yep.
And the choices you made over the course of the previous 2 games influence all sorts of tiny details throughout the storyline of Mass Effect 3.
See, and that's why I'm probably going. I may probably start up a new save on this one, even though I've got like 3 other saves on it. Is Red Dead Redemption 2.
Okay. Well, hey, hang on, Jimmy. Let me just put it this way. And Sean, have you played Mass Effect? You can help me out with this. Did you save Kaiden in Mass Effect 1?
I've done both with multiple playthroughs.
Okay. When you went to save the main character or the side character in the first game, did you also save the Solarian Commandos?
I think I did.
Do you know that you run into that that commander again in Mass Effect 3 if you saved him in 1?
Yeah, because don't they help you reverse the Krogan thing?
They can. But the thing is, when you're on the Solarian homeworld, Colonel or Major Kirrahe, I think he gets a promotion in the period of time after that. He gives you that Solarian pistol that shoots micro grenades.
No.
I don't know if you knew that. I don't know if you realized that's who that was.
Well, it's been an extremely long time since
I've got a
I
weird
played
memory.
anything
Things like
Mass
that.
Effect. And yeah, the last Mass Effect I played was Andromeda. So
I think
Oh.
that's true of everybody. And were you disappointed with Andromeda?
I thought it was meh, but when I started running into I need to finish a quest, but the quest is bugged until a
Mm-hmm.
patch, wait, 6 months for a patch to come in. I finally finished it to actually finish it.
Yep.
But it's got potential. I didn't run into a lot of the bugs people were talking about, but I saw a lot of what people were talking about that game too, how the characters and their animations made them look extremely soulless.
Did you ever run into the clipping glitch where your opponents would jump over a wall and go through the floor and be bouncing there?
No. That sounds
I
fun. That
did.
sounds like a Bethesda glitch.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
See, as much as I love the Mass Effect franchise, Andromeda, it's the disappointment of the family.
Yeah.
I really want to like that game. It's got a lot of potential, and even after the fixes they made, it's a good game.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't. It's like Halo Infinite. It doesn't deserve to be part of the family.
Oh, there are plenty of games like that.
Well, yeah,
Modern
Jimmy mentioned several of them
Warfare.
just now.
Yep.
Yeah, Modern Warfare Infinite should never have been a Call
Oh,
of Duty
my
game.
God.
It should have been. It would not have received such terrible review if it didn't have Call of Duty on it. If it was released just as a standalone by itself, it would not have received such harshness because there were expectations.
Well, yeah, it's like what we've talked about before with movies. There are certain
Yep.
movies out there that there are certain movie series out there that if you say, "Oh yeah, I'm going out to see," and I'm just going to pick on a recent disappointment, I'm going out to see the new Ghostbusters. If you like Ghostbusters, you have certain expectations. By the way, if you've seen the new Ghostbusters, I'm not going to say it was a terrible movie, but
I'll be right back.
Just not a
it
Ghostbusters
needed help.
2016.
Okay. How do I put this where I'm polite? It's better than 16 and worse than 2.
Ouch. That's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
There's only about 30 minutes of the movie where it actually feels like a Ghostbusters movie.
See, and that's why I don't go to the movies. I don't buy video games right off the bat. Like, oh, this video game's coming out, at this time. We're like, oh, you need to buy it. You need to pre-order it. I'm like, no, I'm going to wait probably a month or two at the most to even consider it. I'm going to look over the reviews, see what a lot of people have said, I will take on anybody's consideration and whatnot. I will listen to anyone's 2 cents on any kind of platform. Like, okay, so you like this for this reason. Okay, take that into consideration. And I will listen to someone else and say, oh, this fucking thing is bad. This thing is shit. It's fucking not worth it. And be like, okay, give me reasons. And they will give me the reason. I'll listen to the reasons. Be like, okay. Well, then again, everything when it comes to new media, especially video games, I hate to bring it back to video games to the conversation, Mando. But there will always be a day one patch.
In modern gaming, you're not wrong. To a certain
And
extent.
I fucking despise that. If a video game requires a day one patch, I am not going to buy it.
Well, okay.
Because when I am of the old school physical copy kind of way.
that's the same way I am, buddy.
You say you're going to release a game at this date at this time. Okay, fine. Release that game when it is fully done. If I have to wait, another half an hour to 2 hours, yes, I have had to do that before.
So have I.
Because of, we need a day one patch. We fucked up. Like, I regret buying your product, and I will almost always demand a refund. Even though I am not going to get that refund, be like, so I'm out $65, $70. And yes, video games are getting to the point where they are $70, not the $40 that they were 15 years ago, 20 years ago. You buy a used game, it's $15. There you go. It is physical copy on the disc.
Okay,
All you have to
Jimmy.
do is put it in your console, and you're good to go.
All right, Jimmy, let me just point this out. And you know I hate the day one patch as much as you do. I think it's the stupidest concept they've ever come out with in gaming. There are some very rare times when a day one patch is actually kind of worth it.
Oh yeah,
I'm
I'm not
and
I'm not fully shitting on them, but I'm shitting on about
let me just give you my experience on this. I know you saw me and Rhino talking about it months ago when when these games came out. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Yep.
The reason that those games had a day one patch was twofold. One, Nintendo needed to fix some issues with the software on the game itself to be playable. And two, they actually added a couple of critters to it that you weren't going to find until late game. So it's one of those times where day one patch actually paid off later on down the line.
Yep.
When they do something like that, I am very forgiving of them.
Yeah, and Nintendo is usually pretty up, on the up and up with their patches and whatnot, and saying, "Hey, we kind of fucked up. Here you go, you guys. We're fixing it." But it's all of the other AAA games.
Well, and the thing is, for a long time, Nintendo really wasn't quite AAA. I know I'm going to get pushback for that, and here's my rationale for saying it. When you hear a AAA game, you're thinking of something that goes in the PlayStation, goes into the Xbox, that has graphics that just blow you out of the water, have all these other bells and whistles to it.
Yep. You download it on Steam and you run it through your triple water cooled PC that costs, 3 times more than your rent.
Now, Nintendo, for the most part, doesn't do that kind of game. They do games along the lines of what you expected a video game to be in the 80s and the 90s.
Nintendo has always been a console or handheld.
And it's always been geared towards full family.
Yep.
You can play Skyrim on the Switch. You can play Doom on the Switch. And
You could try, but
No, they actually have the most recent Doom 2016 on the Switch. And they have Doom Eternal on the Switch.
Yeah, they just what is it? Their version is just getting downgraded to 720.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I mean-
graphics are still almost as good as what you see on the Xbox One.
Yeah,
Or-
it'll be console style graphics, but you can still play the game
Yeah, exactly.
without hesitation, without frame dropping and whatnot. And hey,
Now,
I give them props to that.
and again, the only reason I say for the longest time they really weren't a triple A manufacturer of games is the fact that they really weren't pushing all the bells and whistles that you see Sony and Microsoft doing.
Nope.
And
Yeah, I could agree with you on that.
No.
because their whole shtick was buy the console, get it home, hook it up, and boom, you now have a new game that you can play right out of the box.
Yep.
Yeah, on the Switch, you frequently have to do a download patch.
And that's
They-
usually fine. That's usually to fix actual. That's what patches are
Yeah,
for.
and the thing is, the patches on the Switch, at least for the games I've bought, they don't generally take more than 5 minutes to download and install.
Yeah.
I think I had one Switch game where I had to wait more than 5 minutes for a patch to install. And that was only because I had to remove another game because I did not have a memory expansion in there.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the trade-off that I have to make, I'm going to make that happily. Rather, unlike, I don't know, Halo Infinite, where I bought it, I stuck it in the system, and then I went to work and the thing still wasn't ready to play when I came home 8 hours later.
12 hours. 12 hours later.
And then when I
Mhm.
woke up the next evening to get ready for work, the thing pops up. Oh, your system shut down in the middle of the update. We have to redo it.
Yeah, don't you just love it when that?
I hate that.
Or
I hate it.
and God, I really did try to move away from video games, but we keep going back to this topic. Did you all ever play StarCraft?
Yes.
Did you
I
ever-
want to get it again
Did
because I
you
want to
ever
play through all of
play
them.
Did you ever play StarCraft 2?
I don't believe I did.
Don't do it. Stay away from that thing. Stay as far away from it as you can possibly get.
What's so bad about it?
You need an internet connection just to play the single player campaign.
Oh, that's fucked.
I bought it when it first came out. I think I was stationed on either Fort Riley or Fort Irwin when that game first came out. I bought it, I installed it, and I have no problem with going online to do an installation for a game because oftentimes you have to prove that, yeah, you bought the game legitimately. Don't like it, understand it, not going to argue it. I get home from the PX, I go to turn it on. You need to log into your Battle.net account to play this game.
Oh, yeah. I'm
had a
not having
wait-
a good time with that with Diablo 4 right now.
Yeah, I had a
I should
wait-
not have to log in if I'm going to play offline. But then again, the entire game world is online. You don't even have, I
Yeah.
don't think you have the entire install file. You have like one of those, what's it called? Like you buy the disc for a game, but
Yep.
it's just
It requires an internet.
it's a like
connection.
a key or something like that.
Yep. And that's See, I can't remember how. I'm trying to keep up to date with the new Assassin's Creed game and whatnot because I do really want to play it because I am a fan of Assassin's Creed, but a lot of the bullshit. But the only thing you need to do is just have an internet connection to download it, and that's all you need. So when when the game finally releases, and it's a month or two down the line when people start reporting bugs, so you need to implement the patches. I need to be connected to the internet to receive those updated patches.
Yep.
That's one thing. That is one thing that I will always say. Go back to playing the games on disc. Go back 20, 30 years. Buy the games on disc.
Hey, Jimmy, you don't even need to go back that far for games on disc. Again, I'm gonna hit Halo Infinite because that's the most recent game that I was really super disappointed in after it was super hyped up. You have a disc for that game, but unless you're on the internet, it doesn't want to read. Okay. I'm gonna do a redirect here.
Mm-hmm.
We all have had movies, video games, novels, comic books, whatever, that we've been huge fans of the franchise. The first few entries, really good. No problem. Yeah, you might be a little iffy on certain things, but for the most part, you're happy with it. Then they start going downhill. Say again?
I said we try to be happy with it.
Yeah, and then it starts to go downhill. I'm going to name drop one that it was super hyped. It should have been outstanding. It's one of these things where I wanted to like this movie, but what they did to one of my favorite characters again means I will never own it. Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. I loved Beast Wars when I was in my teens. That was a hilariously fun Transformers TV show.
Yep, I remember it.
So
I didn't watch it.
bringing Optimus Primal, Cheetor, Rhinox, and Air to the big screen. That should have been a slam dunk. Wouldn't you agree with that, Jimmy?
I would say so.
Can you guess which of the Maximals did not make it through the movie all the way?
All of them?
Oh, no. No. 3 of them survived.
I guess I'm just gonna have to go with the obvious one and go with the Primus.
No, Optimus Primal survives.
Oh, okay.
After he killed Air. Yes, should probably put a spoiler warning in there. I don't care. The movie's been out for at least 7 months. Or at least it feels like it. Now, I wouldn't be so butthurt over this if it wasn't for one other thing. Bumblebee technically got killed in this movie. So did Mirage. Guess who they brought back at the end of the film?
Not sure.
Bumblebee and Mirage.
Oh, shocker.
You're going to tell me there wasn't enough magic alien pixie dust to bring back the one female bird that was in the movie? And the only one who was actually trying to be a point of view character for the humans?
Well, of course not. Why would they do that?
Now, I will give it credit for one thing. A Alphabet Soup community member character was taken out by the most obnoxious of the Autobots.
Well, at least there's some good in the bad.
Yeah. So, Bumblebee, yeah, you did some good finally by taking out Nightbird. That's the only credit that movie is getting from me. Yes, I am that much of a snob when it comes to the Transformers movies, and I hate the character Bumblebee with a passion.
Yeah. So that's why, I mean, I'm not a movie snob or anything like that. Video game snob, kind of somewhat. I am just just give us good characters that we can connect with, and give us a good story.
And don't kill those characters unless it's for a reason.
Yeah, don't like I'm sick and tired of the fucking agendas pushed upon me. Be like, oh, you need to accept this. Be like, no, I don't.
No, I don't.
No, I'm sorry, because I frankly don't really give a fuck.
Yeah,
It's the meme that I made. It's my character in the hammock, not necessarily this one. Disregard the penis bone.
don't call any attention to it. We've heard the joke multiple times.
I'm just like I'm already dead inside. You don't need to try to make the world a better place, because I don't really care.
Well, and here's something I'm
I
gonna
really don't.
well, and here's something I'm gonna point out. And it doesn't matter if it's movies, video games, comic books, TV shows, whatever. If you ruin the things people liked growing up and then tell them that they have to accept what you've done to it, you're probably going to get a fist in the face.
Mm-hmm.
And when you complain about it, be told, oh, you don't like it? I'm not going to apologize for this one. If you want to shove something down my throat that I don't want, I'm going to tell you to F off.
Phrasing.
You noticed me. I said that the way I did for a very specific reason.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I just had to bust your balls for a little bit.
Oh,
There.
I know. You had to
Also
get back at me
phrasing.
for the earlier one I did to you. It's fair. That's why I'm not getting upset about it. But we've been going for about 2 hours now. This was supposed to be more of a relaxed chill stream, and it turned into a B&C fest.
Hey, you know what? That's just the way it worked.
Well, you put out the link and I joined, so I will take responsibility for. I'll take some responsibility.
Jimmy, I'm going to
You're
be
good.
blunt. I'm going to be blunt. As the host of the show, I should have been more, okay, let's ease this back to more of the fun stuff, not the, oh, I'm going to go out and start a shotgun stuff.
No.
No,
We do not, nor will ever condone that kind of.
Yeah,
thing
that's humor, not literal.
Of course.
But gentlemen, on that note, we've been going for just under 2 hours. By the time we're done with the final thoughts and the way we waffle, it's going to probably be about 2.5 hours. But I think this is a good enough time to go ahead and call a stop to this stream. Do you all agree?
Sounds good to me.
I would agree. I think we've all made our own points and had a good time tonight. So,
oh yeah, or at least we tried to. So, Jimmy, you were the last one to jump on and the only one of the late arrivals to stick around. So you get to go first on final thoughts.
Oh, final thoughts here. Well, as the Twitter twat that I am, that seems to pay attention to a lot of things. Well, let's just say, don't let the stupid, retarded bullshit get to you. Make sure that you have good friends to keep you on your solid ground and on your frame. Make sure that you hydrate. There may or may not be alcohol within your beverages or whatnot. I'm not one to judge. But as someone that is savvy to the bullshit, don't let the bullshit get to you, and don't pile upon to the bullshit. Stay on your frame, stay in your lane, and well, we all may be living in despair, but we're all still sucking air.
Okay, Jimmy, I'm dropping you
right.
backstage.
That's all I got tonight. So
I'm dropping you backstage. Sean St. George, you are the next one up on The Price is Not Right.
Oh, the price is never right, especially $70 video games.
Your
That's
final
about-
thoughts, good sir.
Well, we just need to have fun. There's a lot of this life that we go through, and all we do seem to do is work and grind for something that seems like a never-ending circle of monotony that you don't see any return on. Go have some fun while you're doing it too. That is
Okay,
it.
Is that all you got?
That's all I got. I'll make it nice and sweet and
All right,
quick.
dropping you to the backstage. Well, gents, my final thoughts are going to be one, I am sorry if this was a downer. That was not the intent. I really did intend for this to be a kind of lighthearted chill stream, but well, shit happens, things occur, and we all kind of got a little heated about the way certain things have developed in this world that we currently are stuck in. Like the others have said, stay on your frame, stay calm, cool, collected, and for whatever you do not take a permanent solution to a temporary problem. The comment I made earlier about the shotgun was a joke. Do not take it as something worth doing. On that note, gentlemen, I'm not going to promise exactly when the next time I stream is going to be. It could be next week. It could be next month. I don't know yet. You all stay safe. Try to have some fun out there. And whatever you do, try to stay away from 1600 Pennsylvania. You might see something slide in a Biden. Good night, all.